The Pace of Youth by Stephen Crane. Stimson stood and glowered. He was a fierce man and had indomitable whiskers, albeit he was very small.
That young terrier! He wants to quit making eyes at my Lizzie. This is too much of a good thing. First thing you know, he'll get fired.
His brow creased in a frown. He strode forward to a pair of huge doors and looked up at the sign.
Stimson's Mammoth Merry-Go-Round.
The glory of it was great. Stimson stood and contemplated the huge sign.
It was an enormous affair. The letters were as large as men.
The glow of it, the grandeur of it, was very apparent to Stimson.
No, this is too much of a good thing. First thing you know, he'll get fired.
A soft, booming sound of surf, mingling with the cries of bathers, came from the beach. There was a vista of sand and sky and sea that drew to a mystic point far away in the northward. A few flags hung lazily above where the bathhouses were marshaled in compact squares. Upon the edge of the sea stood a ship with its shadowy sails painted dimly upon the sky, and high overhead in the still sun-shot air a great hawk swung and drifted slowly.
But within the merry-go-round, there was a whirling circle of ornamental lions, giraffes, camels, ponies, goats, glittering with varnish that caught swift reflection from windows high above them. With stiff wooden legs they swept on in a never-ending race, while a great orchestron clamored in wild speed. The summer sunlight sprinkled its gold upon the garnet canopies, and carried by the tireless racers and upon all the devices of decoration that made Stimson's machine
magnificent and famous.
A host of laughing children bestrode the animals, bending forward like charging cavalrymen, and shaking reins and whooping in glee. At intervals, they leaned out perilously to clutch at iron rings that were tendered to them by a long wooden arm. At the intense moment before the swift grab for the rings, one could see their nervous body quiver with eagerness. The laughter rang shrill and excited.
Down in the long rows of benches, crowds of people sat watching the...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?